everybody, and welcome to our top 10 quick comic book picks. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is our really quick show. We're going to go over about 10 books that we think you just can't live without this week. Big
Definitely.
releases coming this week from Marvel, DC, Indie, all of that good stuff. So stick around as we go over some really good ones. I'm going to be kicking this one off with Alan Scott Green Lantern. This is our third to be released. I think of three, right?
Yeah,
I think
three
there's
of
only
three.
three of the new Golden Age books, and let me tell you, they hit three for
Yeah,
three.
yep.
Alan Scott Green Lantern is fantastic. So it bounces between 1936 and 1941. Back in 36, when he was in the war, he had a relationship he had to cover up, and there was a mysterious energy thing that they were looking for, that the military was looking for. Flash forward to when he is Green Lantern a few years later, and looks like maybe some of that weird stuff that they were investigating in the past is creeping back into it. All the while he's being blackmailed into being a member of the Justice Society of America. A whole lot going on
Yep.
here, but a fantastic first issue. Raises a lot of questions, but we talked about it that we think they're definitely going to answer
Oh
in the
yeah.
issues to come.
Yeah.
So highly recommend Alan Scott Green Lantern #1.
Next is Captain Marvel #1, the first of a new run of Captain Marvel. In this one, we are introduced to a new villain called the Omen. We are also introduced to a new, I guess, supporting character called Yuna Yang, who gains possession of the Negabands, which causes her to, in classic Negaband fashion, switch places with Captain Marvel when she bangs them together. Of course, the Omen is after these Negabands. So if you're into Captain Marvel, be sure to not miss this fresh new start.
Next up, another really big one I've been super excited about. This is Universal Monsters Dracula. So this is you get a lot of vampire books, a lot of Dracula books, but this is the Universal Monsters
Mm.
Dracula version. This is the Bela Lugosi. So this is less based off of the book, more based off of the film. And this is by your team that did Department of Truth, James Tynion and Martin Simmons. So if you want to dig into some kind of missing lore from the story, some fleshing out of some characters. Very creepy, very fun, and right in time for Halloween. So
Absolutely.
definitely check this one out.
Next up is Marvel Zombies Black, White, and Blood #1. So you know the routine by now with these Black, White, and Blood books, but this one has a Marvel Zombies flavor to it. Three new anthology stories featuring Daredevil and Spider-Man and Moon Knight, all in black and white, but a lot of red, bloody stuff. So another a really good book for Halloween.
Another one I've been really excited to read. It's Giant Robot Hellboy. This whole book was based off of a sketch Mike Mignola did of a giant robot Hellboy. They decided to make it into a mini series. This is written by Mike Mignola and the artist by Duncan Fegredo. This is really fun. Is Hellboy gets knocked out, and when he wakes up, looks around, and he is in a giant robot body. Where is his actual body? You're gonna have to read it to find out. But what kind of crazy monster hijinks is Hellboy going to get into in this one? Definitely check this one out. If you're a Hellboy fan, a giant robot fan, giant monster fan, all of that in one.
Next is Edenwood #1. This is a new book from writer artist Tony Daniel, and this one's set in the United States, but it has a both a fantasy feel and also a post-apocalyptic feel. There are demons fighting against witches, and there is a demon hunter, a young man named Rion. He is looking for his friend in the woods. She went missing, but he finds a lot more than just his friend when he actually stumbles upon the battle that they're fighting.
Next up, I've got Amazing Spider-Man #36. This was a really fun issue as Ed McGuinness jumps back onto art for a couple of issues. And if you're a fan of Wreck Rap, the very weird Spider-Man from the Limbo Dimension and his Insidious Six, those characters have been plaguing the city. And Mayor Luke Cage is not too happy about it. And so they're going to try to take down these chaos causing mirror versions of Spider-Man and his fiends. Very fun issue and great with McGinnis on art.
And next is Gone, number one. This is one of the new books from Distillery. So we saw a preview of this story in the one shot called The Devil's Cut, which gave us a preview of several different Distillery stories. So that early story in that issue featured a young girl who snuck onto a starship in order to steal food for her family. In that story, she was able to just get off the starship just in the nick of time before it took off for space. In this story, she does the exact same thing with a different starship, but does not get off the ship in time. And now she is a stowaway on a ship to who knows where, but she is not the only stowaway on board.
It's very cool. And next up, I mean, this just keeps on hitting on all cylinders. This is Void Rivals number 5, another fantastic issue as we follow the adventures of Derek and Salila. They are now both in jail because of what Salila did in the last issue. You're going to find out more about the world of Void Rivals, kind of some more of the lore of their people and other characters are introduced in this. But of course, there is a pretty big uh, Energon universe nod in this with a couple of pages of some very familiar faces from the Transformers universe. So read Void Rivals. It's one of my favorite books coming out right now. And this is a great issue. And only one more issue left in this first story
Oh,
arc.
yeah. And next, I'm going to Rogue and doing two. I'm doing Wonder Woman number 2 and Amazon's Attack number 1 together because these two fit hand in hand with each other. In Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman goes up against the U.S. military because of the new ban that they put in place for Amazons. So she's going up against them. And then also, those same events feed into Amazon's Attack, where Queen Nubia has a secret meeting with the President of the United States to try to repair their relationship, but that meeting does not stay secret for too long. But there's something else afoot because some of the Secret Service agents become possessed and start attacking the Amazons. They defend themselves, but then they get framed for attacking the president. So things are just getting worse for the Amazons right now. So if you're enjoying the story, pick up both of these.
Awesome. Some really good books coming out this week, and we're going to be going over the ones that we've already talked about and more, and their variants, all of that coming up on our next show. So don't miss out on that one. But until then, head over to infinityflux.net where you can pre order all these books. And thank you so much for watching, and until next time.
See ya.
Bye.